Hey everyone, it's Eric from Retry here. How's it going? And today, as you can see by the title of the video, things are a bit different. Things are a bit weird. So normally Dean and I, we like to upload video games, well, us playing video games to our channel, or what it seems like we've been doing more recently is not uploading video games to our channel because Dean and I tend to become very lazy. But what we want to do is we want to move the channel in a different direction where it's summer, we want to just enjoy, we don't want to have an upload schedule, we just want to, if we think things are cool, we just upload it and we have fun with it. So recently, a trading card game called Bakugan just got rebooted. Originally, Bakugan was created within 2007, and I was around 7 years old playing that game, and it was my card game growing up until eventually, I believe in 2011, it ended up just shutting down. But in early 2019, it seems that Bakugan has been rebooted, so I've got my paws on a bunch of stuff, ended up building my own deck, and that's kind of where the whole point of this video is going to be. What I want to do for this video is I want to give you my deck profile of the deck that I like to use because why not? We're just going to do whatever we want. And hopefully in the future, Dean and I might actually do some unpackings and stuff like that if you guys are interested. We can even do some battles if you guys are interested, or if not, we can just move towards just focusing on more video games and skits. So quickly before we go in, I actually want to shout out some back YouTubers that actually got me back into Bakugan, because I was obsessed with this game as a kid, and then it just disappeared from my life, and then I saw these guys start uploading videos about it, and then it caught my attention. I was like, oh my goodness, it's back. So just quickly, The Detective, Negative Legend, RXXC, Nerdy Friends, Brawler Cafe, and Brayer626. For them, if you guys are interested, they have amazing Bakugan content. So if you want to see more Bakugan content to quench your thirst, and if this channel is not going to be producing that much content, or Bakugan content, or any content in general, feel free to check them out. Their links to their channel will be in the description below, so feel free to check that out. So, this deck I built, the entire deck is basically just Ventus cards, except for one Aurelus. I will show you who that is in a second. Something else that we should note is that these Bakugan are not from the Resurgence set, and the cards are not from the Resurgence set. When I do get the Resurgence set, I do plan to put some cards into my deck. So going into it, might as well show you what the Bakugan that we're using are. So for starters, we have Pegatrix with 600 B power and 4 attack. And if he lands on a green fist, it's plus 300 B. On top of that, we just got normal Ventus Trox, 500 B power, 1 attack. He has a magic shield and the Helios Hex. I don't know why it's slipping my head. I'll put a title card of what it is. And then finally, my baby, my big boy, Trox Ultra. He has a red shield and that hex again. B power is 300 and his attack is 1, and he has the undercard text saying, Victor, you may energize a card in your hand uncharged. So, just so you know, I am no master building decks. This is a very rough deck. It's very bad, I would say. I did what I could, and I just built it off of Bakugan that I had interest in. What I want to do, what I'm thinking of doing eventually, is replacing Trox with a Pyrus Bakugan and actually making my deck a Ventus Pyrus mix with, of course, Pegatrix just being there. But you may be wondering, wow, Trox Ultra is very weak. Why is that? And just explaining why, their evolutions are quite amazing. Before we go into the evolutions, I just want to show you what Baku cores I decided to pair up with them. So quickly, let's look. So for the double fists for Pegatrix, I decided to give him a 150B green fist and a 1 attack shield. Let's see if that focuses. There we go. So that's for Pegatrix. The other one I gave him was another 150B green fist, as well as a 2 attack. For Trox, I decided to give him a minus 500B magic shield. And let's see if it focuses. It doesn't really matter if it does or doesn't. But, whoops. the minus 500B, great for traps to place in front of your opponent when you're playing it down. Next up, we have this one right here, plus 1 Frost. This is the one I like to put just in the middle of the board, a neutral board. Anyone can get it. If my opponent gets it, it's not that big of a deal, but it could change up the game. Next up, Orange Shield for Trox Ultra. For him, another Trap Core with minus 300B. And finally, we have the plus 300B, plus 3 damage Helix, I think. I think it's Helix. I don't know why I can't remember that. It's not in my head. So, moving on, we have these guys. So, of course, in my deck, have evolutions. So for Pegatrix, we got two Hyper Pegatrix cards, 3 energy cost, B power is 1,100. He's an evolution, 6 damage, and plus 500 if you land on a green fist. And of course, 2. For Trux, we have 3 evolution cards. 2 are the same, 1 is different. We have Diamond Trux, 3 cost, 700 B power, 3 attack. He has the title text saying, Victor, you may energize the top card of your deck uncharged. So we have 2 of them. This one has multiple languages on it. And then we have Titan Trux for 5 energy costs, brings his B power to 1,000 and brings his damage to 4. Victor, you may energize the top 2 cards of your deck uncharged, similar to this one. No, this is the top 1. This is top 2. So, next up, for Trux Ultra, one of the only good diamond cards, I believe, that is in this set, for the Battle Brawler set, is the Diamond Trux Ultra cards. So, here we go. For 5 cost, you get 1,400 B and 8 attack, which is scary, and he is a powerhouse when that happens. But what I want is, I want the new Titan Trux Ultra from the Bakugan Resurgence. That seems really sick. So moving up next, we're going to look at the hero cards that is in my deck. I only have 3, so nothing special. But the 3 cards that we do have is, we have 1A for 6 cost. He is a hero card, and he has Turbo. If you have the most energy cards in play, your attack have plus 4 damage. Since he is in a Ventus deck, normally, if you're versing someone that doesn't have Ventus, ideally, you will have the most energy cards in play, because Ventus is meant to build up the energy. Next up, Winton Styles. We have 2 of them for 4 cost. He has the ability of, when you open a Bakugan, you may energize the top card of your deck. If you have 15 or more energy cards in play, your Bakugan has plus 1,500 B power. This is crazy if you can get that those 15 cards. On top of that, if you get the new Titan Trux Ultra that is in the Resurgence pack, I believe he gets an extra 1,000 B power on top of the Titan Trux Ultra, plus an extra 10 damage. So Titan Trux Ultra becomes this beast. And if you can get those 15 cards, he becomes even more powerful. Like, it's crazy. Next up, we're gonna take a look at the flip cards that I have in my deck instead of going straight to the action cards, because the action cards are kind of eh. Flip cards also eh. I have 10 flip cards in my deck, so I believe I have 2 Tiger Reflex cards for 4 cost. It stops non-Ventus Turbo. If you have the most energy cards in play, this is free. So ideally, build up energy, have more energy than your opponents. This card, instead of it being 4, you get it for free. Yeah, so 2 of them. Next up, Repel Outsiders, 3 cost, stop non-Ventus. Very simple, very clean. I believe I have 2 of them. Yep. After that, we have Nature Assimilation. For 2 cost, energize this on charge. Not amazing. It's just a free energy if you get it. If it's one of your free turns or first turns and you just take a bit of damage, it's not bad. 2 of them. Next up, Ventus Power. 4 cost, stop non-Ventus and draw a card. I believe I have 3 of them, yes. And then the final one is for 5 cost, stop an attack and energize this uncharged. It's expensive, but honestly, I like it because it stops any attack. It can be any type, so it doesn't matter what they are. Even if they're Ventus, it'll stop them. Even if they're Aurelus, it'll stop them. Even though Aurelus don't have, like, stop cards. And on top of that, you get to energize this uncharged. I only have 1 in my deck, so it's not that I'm relying on it, but if I get it towards endgame, it's not bad. It's pretty good. So, moving on to my action cards. How I did my action cards was I didn't build that much reliance around them. In the sense of, I don't believe I have more than 3 action cards for a vast majority. So let's take a look at what we got. So for 4 costs, we got Paralyzing Potion. It's an action card, -7 damage. Got 2 of them. So just to avoid getting hit. Next up, for 6 energy, we got Laser Claw, plus 10 damage. We got 2 of them in there. I like to use this to end the game. It is very fun if you're running Trox Ultra to do just 18 damage, or if you're doing a team attack to do an extra 10 damage on top of that. Or even better, since it's a Ventus deck, you're building up those energies. If you have both of them in your hand, that's an extra 20 damage on top of your attack. Next up, we got Recycling Boost for 3 energy. What it does is minus 200B. Turbo, we have the most energy cards in play. Return this to your hand. We have 2 of them. Okay, next up, Cycling Ichor. I cannot pronounce that. For 5 energy costs, minus 8 damage. And then return this to the bottom of your deck. I believe we got 2 of those. Yep. Then we got Ventus Moonbeam for 3 energy cost. Minus 4 turbo. If you have the most energy cards in play, minus 8 instead. Now, this is the only one I believe I have 3 of. A 3 cost, Defending Roar, minus 600B. Very fun to use 2 at the same time, or even better if you have 3. Why not use 3? Go on for that, like, 1,800 damage. Just removing 1,800 B power from your opponent. Very fun. Next up, I believe these are all one-off cards that I have, so nothing that I can rely on really to pull or hope for. But this one is a rare card, and it's actually one that I believe I put into my deck recently because I stole it from my brother's deck. It's called Envenom for 3 energy, minus 5 damage. Turbo, if you have the most energy cards in play, draw a card. Sonic Howl for 3 energy, plus 4 damage if Ventus energizes uncharged. Oaken Shield for 4 energy, minus 300B. Turbo, if you have the most energy cards in play, minus 900B instead. Venom Blast for 1 energy, minus 4. Shell Shield for 2 energy, minus 3, and for each Ventus Bakugan energy team. So, since I'm running a mono Ventus deck, ideally what it was before, I had 3 Ventuses, so I would do minus 9. Now, sadly, minus 6. Still not bad for 2 cost. Cocoon Shield, 3 energy. Bakugan's B power becomes 1,000. So, I'm not sure how specific this is, because, I don't know, it says a Bakugan, not your Bakugan, so I believe you can do this to your opponent also. So say, if your opponent is at 2,000 B power for whatever reason, and you're like at 1,500, you pop this on them, they're down 1,000 B power. It seems weird, but it's pretty good. And then finally, Wild Strife for 4 energy, minus 4, energizes uncharged. So, moving on. The last thing I have to show is just the Bakugan themselves. So, Aurelus Pegatrix, there he is. Very nice fella. Let's see if we can get the camera to... There it is. The other 2 I got, I have them in their diamond variants. Luckily, my brother went shopping, found diamond variants for me, and I am extremely thankful for that. Here is Trox in his diamond variant. There you can see him. His arms are just... I like having his arms out. It's very funny. People say he looks like Pac-Man. I completely agree. And then finally, we have the diamond Trox Ultra. He is the king of my collection of all the Bakugan that I have, even though I don't have that many. But he's my most favorite one for sure. I believe he's one of the coolest looking ones. There he is. And yeah, so that is all that I'm going to be doing within this video. It's kind of long, so sorry for uploading another very long video. But if you want more Bakugan stuff on this channel, please let us know down below. I would be more happy to do it. I'm sure Dean would be more happy to do it. If you want to see me and Dean fight each other, we can do that also. Or, you know, battle in Bakugan or fight in real life. Either or works. On top of that, remember... If you guys want more Bakugan content, please look in the description below and check out those amazing Bakugan YouTubers. They do so much for the community. They will show you everything you need to know about the game. They are the ones who got me back into the game, and I cannot be more thankful for it. So, that is it. If you want more Bakugan content, let us know, and we'll see you next time if you tune in. Have a good day.